rough week at CarMax. The Goochland-based company is now confirming hundreds of layoffs.
In fact, about 350 workers were let go nationwide, including about 24 in this area. The job cuts happened a month after the used car seller announced some disappointing sales. Maggie Glass talked to one employee who's in shock over suddenly losing his job.
The company says it's consolidating. It doesn't need as many people for certain jobs because of new technology. However, its Richmond employees who were laid off tell us they feel completely blindsided by this decision. CarMax announcing big layoffs Wednesday. 350 employees let go across the U.S., including 24 in the Richmond area. The Goochland-based company said the cuts were necessary to, quote, streamline our customer communication support function.
This is really a big time of uncertainty that was created that could have been avoided, in my view, completely.
One laid-off Richmond employee spoke with us on the condition of anonymity. He says the culture at CarMax had switched over the past couple months with more of an emphasis on cutting costs.
I'm kind of just in a state of shock. This is a company I wanted to retire with.
The layoffs came about a month after CarMax reported a drop in sales. CEO Bill Nash calling it a, quote, challenging quarter. The used car seller not alone having big layoffs. Amazon, UPS, and Paramount Skydance all announced layoffs this week.
Yeah, it's a part in it. But I don't think the primary reason. I think it's a combination of excessive hiring for about...
Let me pause right there, because for years you've been told just to wait for the used car market to crash. Well, that moment is actually here. But the biggest signal isn't just a price drop or a market report. It was the quiet exit of a single CEO. And later on, after this newscast you're seeing on screen, the CEO of CarMax actually resigned. Now, the chaos happening at CarMax is the ultimate proof that the entire game is changing. And in this video, I'm going to show you why that CEO's departure is the massive signal that proves 2026 is shaping up to be the ultimate used car buyer's market. But let's be honest, it was really challenging trying to buy used cars over the last couple of years. And it was a bizarre time when a 3-year-old Toyota Tacoma was selling for more than its original sticker price. And we all saw Honda Civics with 50,000 miles being listed for what they cost brand new. The market was completely unhinged from reality. This wasn't just a small price bump, it was a total breakdown of affordability. The pandemic created a perfect storm. A global chip shortage choked the supplies of new cars, which means millions of vehicles simply weren't being built. Almost overnight, new car lots became ghost towns, and all that demand shifted with ferocity. The intensity over the used car market began. And at the same time, stimulus checks and low-interest loans flooded the economy, giving people cash to spend. That combination, it created a buy-at-any-cost mentality. For dealers, it was a golden age. They could buy a car at wholesale auction, watch the value of that car go up while it just sits there on their lot, and then sell it for a massive profit. Used cars went from depreciating assets to appreciating investments. But for the average person, the teacher, the plumber, the nurse who just need a reliable car to get to work, it was a complete nightmare for them. We were all forced to compete in a hyper-inflated market where sellers had all the power. There was a financial pressure that was building up for years, but now the foundation of that broken system is finally started to crack. And the first major tremor came from the very top. The real sign that this house of cards is collapsing isn't just another headline about falling prices. It's a much deeper signal coming from inside the industry itself. CarMax, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the used car world, is facing a deep crisis.
5 years plus the economy slowing down, or in some locations of the country, in a recession.
Economist and VCU professor Brett Massimino says companies are now righting themselves after hiring incentives during COVID.
They probably hired too many people, and I think they're realizing that now.
But it's real people who are paying the price. This now former CarMax employee is worried about what comes next.
I mean, how many days do we have until rent's due? This is a situation I never, ever thought I'd ever be in.
CarMax says it is offering support to those associates who were laid off, including severance, career support services, and the opportunity to apply to other internal roles. And Henrico, Maggie Glass, 12 on your side.
Now, on November 6, 2025, the company announced that CEO Bill Nash would be stepping down effective December 1st. And this was not a planned retirement. The press release noted the board decided changes needed to strengthen the business in this transitional period. When a corporate board says change is needed, it's a code saying that the current strategy is failing and we're blaming the guy at the top. They didn't even have a successor ready, naming an interim CEO from the board, a classic sign of a sudden, unplanned shakeup. Some time ago, I reacted to a video stating how many CEOs have been exiting at the top from various Fortune 500 companies. The irony is we're not seeing many women at the top leaving. That says a lot. But here's a question. Why does one's executive's departure matter so much to you, the car buyer? Because CarMax is the bellwether. Their entire business is built on one massive scale. Whenever CarMax catches a cold, the rest of the industry is already on life support. And right now, CarMax is facing a perfect storm of problems that exposes the deep cracks in the entire used car market. Firstly, wholesale prices are becoming volatile. The prices dealers pay at auction, tracked by the Mannheim Used Vehicle Value Index, are the first sign of what you'll eventually pay for it. After years of insane growth, those values are starting to dip and fluctuate. In mid-October 2025, the index showed compact and mid-sized cars seeing significant wholesale prices drops of 5% and 3.3% respectively compared to the previous year. And this means dealers are often sitting on a mountain of inventory they bought at peak prices. Every day a car sits on their lot, its value drops and their profit turns into a loss.
How bad is the economy? Well, if you're in sales, you're very well aware of what's going on right now in the U.S. economy. We have CarMax down 46% this year. Now, CarMax is the largest car dealership in the United States, okay? And last quarter, they missed by $500 million. They only sell used cars. And what they're saying is where they're hurting is that people aren't able to pay their bills. That's the problem they're seeing. People are not able to pay the bills. They're not necessarily having a problem selling the cars per se. They are taking losses on people that are not actually making their payments. Now, right now, more than ever, if you're someone that rode the wave of instant overnight success with COVID, we're about to go back into the OG times when it comes to sales, the economy, business, all those different kind of things. Americans are hurting right now. To run a successful operation where we are selling stuff, it is going to take some old ways because money's not just flowing like it was before. Americans are hurting and we are very, very, very likely in a recession. How bad is the economy? Well,
And like he says, we're going to go back to the OG type of sales. It means we have to improve our people skills and we have to learn to use empathy and sympathy when conducting basic sales tactics in order to generate the interest and eventually sell that car. The second thing about CarMax is that they have an unaffordability crisis that has hit a brick wall. According to a Q1 2025 report from Experian, the average interest rate for a used car loan was a jaw-dropping 11.87%. More recent data from October 2025 shows rates as high as 14.24% for used vehicles. For years, low rates were hiding high prices. Now high prices are exposing them. A car that was barely affordable at 4% is simply impossible for millions of buyers at nearly 12 to 14%. And this has shrunk the pool of qualified buyers, leaving dealers with fewer customers who can get approval for a loan. And this brings us to the third problem, overflowing inventory. A Cox Automotive report from early October 25 showed that nationwide, used vehicle inventory was up 10% from the previous year, with dealers holding 2.26 million used cars. The same lots that were empty a few years ago are now packed to the brim and overflowing. CarMax is feeling all of this hard. Alongside the CEO's ousting, the company released a grim outlook, projecting an 8% to 12% drop in comparable store sales and a profit forecast far below analyst expectations. Their stock plunged. The CEO's exit is the ultimate admission that the old playbook of constantly rising prices is officially dead. So the giant is stumbling. Why is that the best news you've heard all year? Because their pain is your gain. As these pressures build, 2026 is poised to become a true buyer's market. The entire power dynamic is flipping. For the first time since before the pandemic, you, the buyer, are getting back in the driver's seat.
CarMax is in trouble. You guys see what happened? Their stock dropped 20%. 20%. I'm real big into car news. I care about the future of my business. And I got to watch everybody else's business to know where mine is. Tricolor went out of business. CarMax is struggling. Half their inventory has depreciated so much. And that's what happened with being too big, right? You lose touch of reality. You're not at the auction touching, feeling cars. You're not there watching the buyers and how they move. The little guys always pivot first. It's like the little dealerships always know what's coming before it comes. And if you're at the auction and if you're meeting people and shaking hands and having conversations, you figure it out. The problem with these big corporations is they see customers as numbers, people as expendable, and they'll bring a guy who ran a McDonald's franchise for 40 years to come run their business. And everything with them is analytics. No, Papa. You got to see people and trends. Then they're investing their advertising money in the wrong locations. You know how many people still listen to the radio, right? Like, I listen to the Breakfast Club, but on the podcast, I'm like, I don't want to hear the commercials, right? How many of us are looking at billboards and like, oh my God, look, CarMax on sale. How many of us are reading the newspaper? They're still advertising old media. Not to mention their prices are through the roof. This, hey, I got a no haggle price. Yeah, but you're the most expensive in the country. There was one point where CarMax was killing it because everybody trusted them, right? But trust is out the window. Dealerships are not trusted. People do not trust dealerships. You know, yeah, you got a little more trust at a franchise than an independent, but at the same time, people are price shopping. Right now, the only thing that matters in the industry is price and quality. They're going to go check your price and compare it to the quality.
Which is what they should have been doing for a very long time. And as I watched one video, and the guy actually said, you will haggle the little guy on the car lot about the price of his car, but at the same time, you go to CarMax. Whatever their price is on the lot, that's exactly what you're going to be paying. And they're not going to budge from their price. You pay what they advertise, and they can't understand why people will go to CarMax, pay whatever price they have, but at the same time, they'll go back to the little man on the parking lot and haggle and lowball for whatever they want to be with it. But all of this intense pressure on dealers, it's going to create a domino effect. They're sitting on hundreds of thousands of cars that are losing money every day, and they have shareholders to answer to and quarterly earning profits that are looking ugly. They must move inventory. And the only way to do that is to do the one thing they've been avoiding for years, slash the prices. We're talking about a significant desperation-driven price cut. When a market leader like CarMax has to cut prices to make sales, it puts enormous pressure on every other dealer to do the same. A price war is brewing, and you will benefit. Furthermore, a flood of electric vehicles is expected to hit the used car market by 2026. As leases from early adopters end, they're going to be driving down prices for both EVs and competing gasoline cars. So how do you take advantage of this in 2026? It will be the year for patient, informed, and ruthless shoppers. But here's a little playbook I want to give to you. First, hunt for aged inventory. Use online tools and filter for cars that have been on the market for more than 60 days. Many dealers have a 60 or 90-day rule where a car must be sold or it gets sent back to an auction. And these are the cars that dealers are most desperate to get rid of, and they'll be far more willing to negotiate on them. The second thing you can do is get financing figured out before you go shopping for a car. With dealer interest rates are so high right now, walking in with a pre-approval from a credit union or a bank is a massive power move. It not only gets you a better rate, but also makes you a cash buyer in their eyes. And this takes their ability to make a profit on financing off the table and forces them to negotiate only on the car's price. Third, and I've repeated this over and over, be prepared to walk away. For the last few years, the mentality was buy it now before it's gone. And that's over. The deals will still be there tomorrow, and they might even be better. If you don't get the price you want, thank them for their time and leave. In this market, there's a good chance you'll get a follow-up call. Finally, target the right vehicles. While prices are softening overall, some cars will see bigger drops. As wholesale data has shown, compact and mid-sized cars are already seeing larger price declines. By 2026, experts predict prices for used EVs could fall significantly as the market absorbs more inventory. Be a little bit more flexible with what you're looking at, and you could even find a better bargain somewhere else. The signs are everywhere. The data is clear, and the chaos in the executive suite of the industry's biggest player is the final confirmation you can have right now. So what are you seeing in your area? Are prices finally starting to make sense? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve and get more insights to save money on your next purchase, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. It's the best way to support the channel and make sure you don't miss what's coming next. For years, the used car market was fundamentally broken. It was driven by shortages and cheap credit, creating a world where sellers held all the cards. But that party is officially over. Sky-high interest rates, shrinking demand, and overflowing inventory have pushed the industry to its tipping point. And the sudden departure of CarMax's CEO isn't just a corporate shuffle. It's the ultimate white flag. It's a public admission that the market has shifted so dramatically that the old strategies are worthless. This chaos is your opportunity. The power has shifted. So be patient, do your homework, and get ready to pounce. 2026 isn't a good time to buy a used car. It is shaping up to be the ultimate buyer's market. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Party Manager Guide, and I will catch you in the next episode.